Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mina. Welcome to my safe space on the internet. Today's video is going to be something very interesting. I'm so excited for this. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do this video before. Forgive me if they did, because I didn't get this from anybody else, but I thought about it one day and I was sitting there and I was thinking about how there's like a New York Times best-selling list, right? And it comes out every week from what I know. And I thought, I wonder what books were on the New York Times bestseller list the year that I was born, the month that I was born, the week that I was born, something like that. And so I didn't know you could just Google it and find the list from that time. And so I did just that. And then I thought it would be such a fun idea for me to read some books from the list, from the New York Times best-selling list, the week that I was born. I will insert the picture of the list right here and show you which ones I've chosen, and we'll talk about them, because some of the books on this list I was like, I'm not interested in these at all. So like the first couple, I think I wasn't really interested in. Some of the ones in the middle I wasn't really interested in. So I didn't just pick the first three that were on the list. I just looked through them and then picked the ones that I was most interested in, which ended up being Cold Mountain by Charles Frazier, now a major motion picture. Interesting. So this is a movie as well. I am not sure what this is about. It has a map in the beginning. I'm very excited about this. This seemed like it was interesting from the little blurb that I read about it on the list. And then we have a Danielle Steele book. It's called Special Delivery, and I see this author quite literally everywhere. Everyone and their mother knows about this author. I've never read anything by this author before, and it's a very small, short book. It's like 217 pages, so very little. This should take me no time to get through it. Not sure what this is about. The last one that I'm so excited for, because I did not think that this was going to be on the list at all, but it is The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. This is the movie tie-in edition, unfortunately, but that's the one that my library had, so I'm not really gonna complain. Yeah, this is the 10th anniversary movie version of this book, I guess. So yeah, we all know what this is about. We all know what the Notebook is about, so I'm not really gonna explain it to you, but I've never read the book and I've watched the movie, so I know what happens, but I've never read the book, and I didn't even think it was a book, to be honest. I never even thought to check if the Notebook was a book, but it is. These three are the books that we're gonna be reading this week. We're just gonna read these and see if they deserve a spot on that list or not, and if they represent the year that I was born and the week that I was born. So yeah, I'm very excited. I've been reading Cold Mountain by Charles Frazier, and I am now on page, actually I'm really far in, which I didn't think was going to happen because I just picked it up today, but I am on page 255. I don't know how many pages this is, 350 something, 355. So I'm 100 pages away from the end, and I will definitely be finishing this tomorrow. I don't know how I feel about this book, because honestly, it's kind of a little bit boring. It's just this story about this guy who is coming back from the war, and he's trying to find his lover. And it's so like, I just feel like it's dragging a little bit, and it's a little bit slow, and it took me a little bit to get into it, but obviously once I got into it, I mean, like, I have like 100 pages left, so I would say I'm like 70-80% away from the end. I don't know that I would absolutely, you know, recommend this with a full heart of adoration for this book, because that's definitely not it. I think it's interesting for sure. I don't think I've ever read nor do I think I will ever read a book like this again, but I will save that for the end and for when I give you my thoughts on it once I actually finish it, because maybe the ending will change my mind. I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest, because I feel like I know myself and I know the types of books that I like, and if it weren't for me DNFing a lot of books in videos usually, I feel like I would have DNF'd this one just because it's a little bit boring and I feel like it's dragging on a little bit. I know a lot of people love it, and I know it's been made into a movie, as this picture says right here, and if you look it up then you can tell who's in the movie and whatever, and apparently it's really, really popular. I don't think I've ever heard anything about this ever before. I looked at the New York Times bestselling list, and I don't think that I would have ever really seeked it out, I guess, had it just been for me, because I don't think this is the type of story that I actually really enjoy. I don't like the premise, and I kind of don't care for the characters, and I don't care for the premise either. But like I said, I am only 100 pages away from the end, so I will be finishing it just because I'm I've already read 250 pages. I might as well just finish it and say that I've read something different, because I'm so used to reading fantasies and romance and stuff like that. So this is definitely a step out of my comfort zone, and there's a reason for that, because I just don't really like this type of book. I don't like this type of story. I don't really like the way it's written either. The dialogue is not really with quotation marks. It's more written a dash and then it's whatever the character is saying. So I don't really know how I feel about that, but I mean, it's there, and I'm getting through it. And also I can't really listen to the audiobook either, because I've already went through all of my audiobook hours and my library doesn't have the audiobook version of this, so I'm just reading it because I don't have the other option of that. I know I could get it on Audible, but I don't really want to waste a credit on this, because I feel like that will be a waste of my time and my money. So I'm just reading it, and like I said, it's not really all that bad. It's not that great either. It's definitely what I thought it would be, I had an expectation, and it's meeting the expectation, and the expectation is that this is probably going to be a 2-star, 3-star read. Not my favorite, not something I would gravitate towards. I don't really care for it, don't care for the characters, but I'm going to finish it just because I am 100 pages away from the end and, the foot in the door phenomenon or whatever. But yeah, I think after I finish this tomorrow or today, whenever I do finish this, then I will absolutely pick up Danielle Steele's special delivery, because this one is really little and I feel like I will be able to finish it in one sitting. This one is 217 pages. So I feel like once I finish this one, I can pick up this one, and I will probably be able to finish this tomorrow for sure. I don't think it should take me longer than a day, because 200 pages is nothing. Even if I read for 3 hours, I should be done with it. These will probably both be finished by tomorrow, and then we can go into the third and last book of this video. But so far, like I said, I don't have any expectation for this, but this is meeting all the expectations I had, which is not a good thing and not a bad thing all at once. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would recommend it. But like I said, maybe the ending will change my mind. So I am going to read a little bit more of it and hope for the best. And hopefully I don't continue not caring about the characters or anybody in it. officially finished with Cold Mountain by Charles Fraser. Never have I ever been so glad to finish a book. When I tell you, I was so excited to be done with this book. I was so excited. I was ready. I'm done. I woke up this morning and I did not want to read this book at all. But like I said yesterday, I had 100 pages left. And so I just basically sucked it up and decided to be a grown-up and just pick it up and finish it, even though you really shouldn't force yourself to finish books, because I feel like that brings the ratings way lower than they should be. But to me, I was like, I'm 100 pages away from the end. I've already put in so much time reading it. And even though it was putting me to sleep, I picked it up again today and I finished it. Thank God. I gave it 2.5 stars. Definitely not my favorite, and I will not be thinking about it past today, because I feel like it was just like, okay, you know, like whatever. I don't really care about these people or this plot or this anything really. I'm just glad that I read something that was kind of out of my comfort zone and something that I could maybe look back on and be like, oh yeah, I did read that. And I don't see myself watching the movie either. I don't really care for the story. So it, you know, it was there. I'm kind of disappointed that this was on the New York bestseller list, on the New York Times bestseller list the week that I was born, because I don't really personally see it in there, but maybe back then the tastes were different and that's okay. That led me to pick up, as you guys saw, Special Delivery by Danielle Steele, and controversial. I read this in one sitting because it's really easy. It's like 200 pages, so it really didn't take me long at all. I think it took me like 2.5 hours, something along that line, and I had a really, really easy day today, so I just felt like I might as well continue on with the rest of the story. Also, it's very short, so I feel like if it was like look, this is the difference between the two books, you know? It's very, very short, very easy to read. The audiobook for this, I think, is 5 hours, but I didn't really want to read or listen to a 5-hour audiobook because I felt like I'd read it a lot faster than that, and I did. And yeah, it was really, really entertaining, really interesting. It's basically about these two people who have both gone through some stuff with their spouses, and they are now widows, and we open with this woman who just lost her husband, and then we follow her as she starts dating someone else and starts seeing someone else, and then going through the romantic relationship, and she has kids, and so she has to navigate that as well. And it was really entertaining. I did not think that I would love it as much as I did, but I gave this one 3.5 stars. I know that seems like a low rating, but I felt like it wasn't really anything special. It was just like a fun story. You know, when you go and watch like a rom-com or like a romance movie and it's like not life-changing, but it also was fun because it's a movie and it's a romance? That's how I feel about this book. It wasn't really like life-changing. I didn't, find anything crazy about this, and I don't think you're missing out on anything by not reading this. It's just a really fun story, really entertaining, really heartfelt and warm, and it follows this family as they go through this thing and watch their mother start dating again, and they all have very specific struggles that each of them is going through. And so yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. I did not think that I didn't think that I would enjoy it as much as I did, but I did, and it was a very easy read, thank God, because compared to this one flew by, and I was so just glad that it flew by so quickly, because I felt like had it gone as slowly as this one did, then I probably would have put it down and gone into a reading slump, but that didn't happen, thankfully, and I just got to enjoy it and read it, and it was basically like watching a movie or a really long Netflix show episode. I mean, I'm okay with this being on the bestseller list, but I feel like there's a lot of better options out there, so I'm not really sure why the list was so like this, you know? The Notebook. I am so excited for this. This is the one that I am the most excited about in this video because I've never read this book, but I have watched the movie, and I don't think I've watched it that many times because I just really have never been, that big on this, or what is the other one? What is the other one? I don't remember the other one. I know it's a lot of people's favorite rom-com or sad tragedy romance. It's not mine. I don't seek it out personally. So it's not really a beloved movie to me. I don't really care for it all that much, but I have seen it and I do adore it, and I love Ryan Gosling. I had no idea that The Notebook was actually a Nicholas Spark book, so this is something new that I've learned, and I'm very, very excited to pick this up because I am a hopeless romantic and I love romance, and romance is my favorite genre to read, or one of my favorite genres to read, so I feel like I'm really going to enjoy this. This is the book that we're going to be reading next, and it's the last book of this video. Very, very excited. Let's get on with it. The Notebook, and I'm giving this one 4 stars because it was really fun and really entertaining. I think that this is definitely going to become one of like my returned to books because it was so easy to read. It was only like 200 something pages, which is really easy to get through, and it was a lot like the movie and the way that you get to see how much they love each other. And I really loved Noah and Allie in this book. I loved their story, and it felt a lot more hard-hitting reading the book versus watching the movie. I don't know why that is. It just felt a lot more personal reading it versus watching it, and I really adored it, really loved it, and I think this probably is my favorite book that I've read so far in this video. And with that being said, that means we are officially done. I read these 3 books in this video ahead of time because Cold Mountain was such a miss for me. I don't think I will ever be wanting to think about this book ever again in my entire existence. I want to erase it from my brain. It's not that it was bad, it just wasn't for me. And Special Delivery was really fun. It was kind of like an easy middle, and then The Notebook was a great closer for this video because I feel like had I read another bad book then I would have lost my mind. But yeah, with that being said, these are the 3 books that I've read in this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this video and if you want me to do it again, or if you want me to do like random picking from different years in the bestseller list, because I think that would be fun as well. Let me know down below as well if you've read any of these books and if you enjoyed them, if you are a fan of The Notebook, and if not. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a very interesting week. I hope you have the very best day. Treat yourself to something nice, and I'll see you guys again next week with another video. Goodbye.